On Maruti Suzuki presents ESPN Cricinfo T20 timeout, we shall discuss about the Mumbai Indians and Jasprit Bumrah ahead of their game against Kolkata. How should MI look to use Bumrah, especially after how Adam Milne bowled in that opening game of the restart against CSK? Steyn and Sanjay Manjrekar. I'd like to throw your attention to some numbers, gents, before we get into the chat. Bumrah hasn't picked up a wicket in the power play this IPL. He's bowled 10 overs. He's bowled 6 between overs 7 and 16, and a bulk of it between overs 17 to 20. You can understand that, but he's yet to get a wicket in the power play. They're looking at how Adam Milne bowled. You think now Mumbai will go Boult, Milne, and Bumrah. So how should they use Bumrah?
I still think now playing in Dubai or UAE, it might be a little bit different. He might get a little bit more purchase off the wickets as opposed to playing in India. So those numbers might change now. You might see that he might pick up 1 or 2 wickets. But he also doesn't bowl a lot in the power play. He probably bowls 1, sometimes 2, because Boult does bowl sometimes 3 overs. But I would want to see him bowl 1 in the power play. At least then you know that he can be used in that space when the batters are looking to score quite quickly with the fielders all inside the ring, and then 1 somewhere in the middle to try and strike, and then use him at the death for 2, because he's just so good at the death. Whether he bowls the 17th and the 20th or the 18th and the 20th, it doesn't really matter. But save him for 2 at the end, 1 in the middle somewhere where he can strike, and 1 in the beginning where he can try and get your wicket in the power play. Because wickets in the power play, if you get wickets in the power play, you look to win the game.
In the last game, though, Sanjay, they got wickets in the power play, even though Bumrah didn't bowl. Boult and Milne bowled 3 apiece. Do you see that continuing?
After the Boult experience, I think they'll try and Trent bowl as much as possible, and I think he should not be given the task of bowling in the last 4 overs, at least Trent Boult. So use him a bit like how Dhoni uses Deepak Chahar, Trent Boult. And, Bumrah is the kind of bowler who doesn't have his style of bowling, not so that he'll get you wickets with the new ball. People like Deepak Chahar, the swing bowlers, Mohammad Siraj, Rabada kind, you have a classical outswinger, Dale Steyn kind. They are sort of prone to getting wickets in the first 6 overs when the batters are not looking to go after the bowler. So I think Bumrah, all his 4 overs could be kept for 10 overs and later bowling somewhere in the middle and keep 2, if not 3 good overs for the death, because Trent Boult is somebody that I wouldn't trust with bowling in the final few overs.
Is Bumrah a case of using him according to the opposition, Sanjay, that tomorrow for Kolkata it'll be let's wait for when Andre Russell comes and make sure we've got Bumrah there and he's a good record against him, or wait for Owen Morgan and then have Bumrah bowl there? Does he tend to become that sort of bowler for Mumbai?
I was really impressed with the way Adam Milne and Trent Boult bowled in the first few overs against Chennai. So I see a lot of possibilities there, and I don't think Bumrah needs to come early to bowl. So anyway, he'll have overs left for somebody like an Andre Russell. But having said that, they have the option of Adam Milne to go after Andre Russell. So I really like the bowling attack. Just keep Trent Boult, use him more in the first 6, and there'll be plenty of Bumrah overs to bowl later on when the danger men come in.
Dale, just quick thoughts on that. If Bumrah's the kind of bowler that you move around depending on who the batter at the other end is, does that in some way unsettle you as a fast bowler, or no, you're used to that in T20?
I think you're used to it. I think you kind of want to go into the game knowing what you want to do. Like an opening batter, it would be so weird to see Hashim Amla open the batting one game and the next game he's batting 6. But it's different with bowlers, and bowlers tend to like to change up like that. Sometimes I want to bowl as a bowler myself. I want to bowl at a specific batter. So when the captain says I'm going to save you for this particular batter, you're quite up for it. Bumrah, I like what Sanjay says. He's probably not such a big swinging bowler and everything like that, but I still want to see him bowl 1 inside the first 6, because he's such a difficult bowler to take on. Just try and score runs off him, and when you want to score runs in the first 6, that's where he can get his wicket. But he's not that kind of bowler that's going to pitch middle, hit top or off kind of. He's not going to get you those wickets. He's going to get them with quick bounces, batters playing the wrong shot, good Yorker, that kind of thing. And that's why he's so effective at the death, and spot on to keep Boult away from the death. Let him bowl his 3 up front, and then maybe 1 between 10 and 12 or 10 and 13, and you've got the added pace of Milne, who you can also bring to use against a Morgan or a Pollard. It's really pace, and they've got pace this time round, which is great. They got it in Milne and in Bumrah.
All right. Thank you very much. Dale Steyn, Sanjay Manjrekar. This was us trying to figure out what's the best use of Bumrah for the Mumbai Indians ahead of their game against Kolkata on Maruti Suzuki presents ESPN Cricinfo T20 timeout.
We call it people technology.